Today we have a special guest expat. So let's see here. So hopefully you can hear me. You gotta turn that down. All right, so good morning, everybody. Somebody please give me some confirmation that everything is working, video, audio, and we'll get started in a moment. Anybody? Some confirmation. Audio. Is the audio working? It should be, but I don't know. Video and audio are clear. It's not Farang. Learn how to spell it, dude. Jesus Christ. You've been coming into this stream for how long, and you still don't know how to spell Farang? Hein, how you doing, man? How's it going? Farang, F-A-R-A-N-G. It's not Farang. It's not Farang. Jesus criminy. All right, so today we're gonna have a little discussion about the delusional, the dummies, the delusional, and the, what's the other word I used? Yeah, I've been wondering how you're doing there, Hein. Long time no speak. The dreamers, basically. I hesitate to use the word dummy, although there are some dummies for sure. And yeah, I will not eliminate the word completely. So, but today we are here with Big Jim.
Hey guys.
There you go. Big Jim, how long you been living here now?
8 months now.
8 months. 8 months. 8 months living the dream in paradise.
And I'm still delusional.
Well, since once I found you were coming on, I thought, oh, well, that makes it even better because I can get a second person's take on, listen, there's some good people here. I don't want to slam everybody. There's good people here, of course, and there are some extremely intelligent people here. However, it does seem that Thailand and also the Philippines, they tend to attract a large number of complete fucking idiots. Excuse my French. Or my American English. They really do seem to, this place really attracts a large number of people who, let's just say they're not the most together individuals. Chowderhead. Yes, you can call them a chowderhead. I've tried not to use that word too much because, I don't want to offend. Actually, I don't really care if I offend anybody, but I don't want to attract chowderheads. That's the thing. And for some reason, I always do. Maybe that says something about me. I don't know. But I really do think that Thailand and the Philippines, and I don't know anywhere else on the planet, maybe because I haven't been there and I don't know, but I don't know anywhere else on the planet that attracts the number of morons that Thailand attracts. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I don't know why you changed the view to me when you mentioned the word moron.
Because you're speaking, so I figured,
It's, I concur. I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of streamers and people who put out content on the internet come here for a few days, a few weeks, and they strictly confine themselves to Pattaya, or certain sections of Bangkok, and it fulfills a stereotype that people have.
But it's not only people who put out content.
No, well, the people that read this content and have this
Yeah.
this image,
Right.
where there's a lot of places outside of the commonly known places that have a lot of Americans who are normal.
Right,
Well,
right. Well,
relatively
I
so.
like to think that most of my friends and the people I associate with are fairly normal. I mean, you know,
I
they're
disagree, but
yeah. I mean, they're a bit, you know, what's the word I'm looking at? Quirky,
yes, okay, that's the word I'm trying to
and
say.
that's okay. You know, we all have our quirks and our differences. But literally, I mean, over the years, I have been contacted by some people, and I really think maybe because of their lack of experience in life in general, maybe because of their lack of experience having to do with women, maybe, I don't know really, I don't know what the reason is, but it just seems like I get questions. I wish I had just kept all the stupid questions. I mean, I'd have to go back and look at them all, but I'm sure I can find plenty of them. There's so many people asking stupid stuff. It's like, when does it rain in Thailand? Well, why don't you fucking Google it? I mean, it's not difficult. Well, why are you asking me? You know what I mean? Like, why are you emailing me, asking me, should I come when it's raining? No, don't come, because the water is going to make you melt, and you're going to have a horrible time. It's never that bad. What's the song? It never rains in California.
California, boy, don't they warn you.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing with Thailand.
Well,
And it rains here, but you know, like the truth is, it usually only rains for about an hour. I mean, you know, so like, it's not that bad. You know,
it had been, we had a lot of rain about 2 months
you had
ago.
some flooding.
A lot of flooding up where Y was, and it's a good thing I bought a raised truck because getting around town was a chore. But it would come in and rain, like you said, in the afternoon for an hour or two, and then it was good. We haven't had any rain up there in over a week now. Last night it rained here when I
Yeah.
pulled my truck in last
And
night.
it looks like it might
pouring.
be rain. It might rain today. But like, am I really worried to where I'm like, oh my God, I should just stay in all day? I mean, if it was that bad, if it rains that bad, that might happen once a year, twice a year maybe, where it rains so much, you're just like, that's it, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing it. And Gennaro says, is it hot and humid in Thailand? It's hot and sticky like my
It's
balls.
pretty hot and humid right now. I spent 20 years living in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is a desert.
Right.
So I appreciate every time it rains here. People think I'm nuts. They're still crazy.
Well, there's something to be said for the dry heat versus the heat here. Moon rock. I didn't even, you see, that's the thing. I don't know this is another thing. And I hate to say this because I don't mean to sound completely apathetic. But, when it comes down to it, I don't live in America anymore. I didn't even know that there was some space shuttle launch going on. I had no idea. All I know is that there were elections about a week ago. Well, it was a week ago, wasn't it? About a week ago.
Last Tuesday.
And I don't really. I just I get messages all the time from people through my phone, online, emails. People asking me about stuff. Oh, did you hear about this? Do you know about that? And I don't. Like I said, I don't want to sound completely apathetic. I don't want to sound flippant. But I just don't give a shit for the most part because I live here. I'm pretty much rooted in reality. I try to stay that way. And the reality is I don't live there. I want things to be good for the people over there. Of course, I don't want anything bad to happen in America. And actually, well, my parents aren't in the West, but my parents are fine. So, and I know about hurricanes and things like that. I do know about that, but that's because it affects my family. For the most part, everything else, you know, it doesn't really affect me that much anymore. And that's, I get this. We've had people, numerous people come in. Oh, Thailand, it's the greatest place. Yeah, it's a great place. Is it the greatest place? I don't know. I don't know if it's the greatest place. There's been a lot of cool places that I've been to.
I could not choose a better place to be living than where I am right now. And it's not just that.
I don't know that I could either at this moment. But from all the places that I know, this is probably one that suits me the best. But that doesn't mean that it's perfect. And I'm just playing the devil's advocate. It's not perfect here. Let's just face facts, face reality. It's not perfect. And I think some people really, some people expect this place to be absolutely perfect. It's going to change their lives, their life forever. And, of course, here in my immediate family, that's about it. I check on the SEC scores after the weekend. Well, that's nice you're checking on me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Jowlo, what's happening? Yes, I've said that a million times, Wes. Utopia is but a dream. And that's why, I think that's what it is. I think when I hear people, and it's like, oh, I'm dreaming of moving to Thailand. It's the best place, and I just can't wait. Okay, it's good you have a dream. You have this goal. I look at it as a goal. Everybody, they have hopes and dreams. Okay.
So D. Houston asked how long that guy's been there.
Yeah, how long is
it?
He did say it already, D. Houston. Apparently you weren't listening.
I've been here 8 months, but I've been coming over regularly. Have a home up in Isan. Settled in. I was pretty much assimilated to the country, the kingdom, before I moved here, because the amount of visits, the amount of time I've spent here between America and here.
America.
I'm happy here. I'm kind of dug in, and I can't think of a better situation.
Yeah.
It exceeds my expectations.
Well, that's good. That's good. And that's the goal. And I know that maybe at times I sound like I'm not happy with it, or oh, it's not perfect, and I'm saying bad things about the place. That's not what I'm doing. But what I am saying is, there are a lot of people who they have this vision, this image of what Thailand is like, and I don't think that the image always matches the reality. I think that's what it is. It's, oh, girls are going to be falling at my feet. Well, if they weren't falling at your feet back home, they're probably not going to fall at your feet here.
They will imply that they are, but they're not.
Well, they might be if you're dropping money at your feet, but anyway, I mean, I'm just getting at the whole point of, I think you just need to stay embedded in reality. And yes, compared to somewhere else, it might be vastly better. And I've tried really hard not to compare places. Like on my trip, I didn't want to compare Laos and Thailand. I didn't want to compare Laos and Vietnam. I didn't want to compare Thailand and Vietnam. Because the thing is, you're always comparing apples and oranges. And so, I think you just have to remember that everywhere is different. I mean, I could say when I went to Cannes, France, I was thinking about living in France. I was like, oh my God, this place is awesome. How can I do it here? And it was too much money. And when I went to the Netherlands, I thought about the Netherlands. I thought, oh, I love this place. And I do like it. Damn cold there, but I did like the place, and I do like the place. But I don't like it as much as here. Do I see a lot more tourists here now? Yes, I do, or I have. And one of the things I haven't seen so many damn tourists in 3 years as I saw on my trip. And I'm still working on a video. There'll be a video going up soon. But that's one of the things I say in the video, is that I haven't seen so many tourists in the past 3 years. Really in like the one trip, I've seen more tourists than in 3 years. So that should tell you something. And that's, to me, that's not a good thing. I mean, it's great for the Thais. Yeah, that's great. But I don't want to, personally, and I think most people know this, I don't want to surround myself by tourists. I don't want to be in a tourist area. I want to be in a place where there are no tourists. You know. Jim doesn't live amongst tourists.
No, it's funny. I've made a lot of foreign friends up there, and there's probably about a dozen of us, a core group that get together regularly. And one thing that we say is, it is the best place to live. The only thing lacking is a beach. But if we had a beach, it would get friggin' destroyed because the tourism would just destroy the place. So we appreciate the just the environment, the whole culture up there is a nice place. It's slower paced, but we have everything we need.
Yeah. I would want to have I want to have a beach for sure. That would be nice, or a jungle for me. I've lived up in the, amongst the rice fields, and I'd rather be at a beach. Oh, good morning, Tom. You're in Sukhumvit, huh? He lives in Chayapum, Gennaro.
Gennaro, you knew that.
Gennaro's got his mind on other things, and no, there are none here that you know or want. So, but getting back to the whole, I wanted to read a couple of things because I was like, we've talked about this before. Why is it that Thailand draws so many people in? Why is that? I don't like having a camera. It's in my face. Get out of my face. And obviously food is one. People, they love to come and eat, so they know when they're here they're going to eat good food. They know the people are very nice. They know that the cost of travel. Oh, Daniel says he lives in Hukiao, Chayapum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times recently. Come on down to Lazy Gecko Restaurant in beautiful downtown Chayapum. You can get all your Western foods.
Yeah, but you can make your own go-go hopping. That's the beauty of it. I can make a breakfast. If I really want, I can make an American breakfast. It's every bit as good as the American, or better than the American breakfasts that I would buy out.
The ingredients up there. That's one negative thing, is we don't have a villa market.
But how far is a market from you?
There is a Tops in the mall, but they're kind of limited.
Can they order things for you?
I've been getting things through Lazada. So yeah, Heinz Relish through Lazada. I couldn't find it anywhere in town. Mm-hmm. And a few other things, taco mix and stuff like that.
They got taco mix here.
Yeah, I've got some.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, I like to have the taco mix. I like to get tortillas. And this is the problem. Anytime that someone does a video, and it could be me, it could be somebody else, you know, if you do a video and you go, man, this place is it's a secret location. It's really cool here. There's no foreigners here. You know, 6 months later, the place is overrun with foreigners. And I'll tell you what, in Luang Prabang, the first thing I noticed was like, Jesus Christ, there's so many Thais here. I mean, there were literally hundreds of Thai people in Luang Prabang. Every morning I would see them. So it was like I was just back home, you know. It wasn't anywhere really, you know, different.
Every time I got in a Songtao up in Bang Bien, we were up there a few weeks ago, half the people on the Songtao were foreigners. And it's like, wow, this is pretty unique.
Yeah.
And I saw much more foreigners here than I see at home.
Well, I tell you,
it's a touristy area.
you know, I've got a video gonna come up where I've got a Vietnamese lady who lives in Laos who's cutting my hair, and when I went to the salon, there's 2 other foreigners in the place, and I'm like, what's going on here, man? I'm like, you know, this is something else. When I go to a certain place, I expect, most of the time, if I go to a place, I expect there to be a majority of locals and some tourists. You know, depends on how far I go out, but that's what I expect. A lot of places now, you can't get that. You're not going to find that now. There's tourists everywhere. You can't get away from them. And sometimes that's okay, because you're in a place that's spread out. They're not like all over you. You don't got Chinese tour groups that are, you know, on top of you. And sometimes, you know, it just pays to go somewhere that a lot of people, they don't want to go to. That's how I look at it. You know, that's why, like, listen, Vang Vieng had a bad reputation many years ago with tubing and the opium and the mushrooms and everything else, where people were dying because they were getting so screwed up that, you know, they couldn't, and nobody gave a shit. That's the thing. That's the other thing. You got to remember, when you come, and especially if you are a tourist, if you're a tourist, 99.9% of the time, nobody gives a flying shit about you. They don't care. So you're on your own. If you do something stupid, you're a dreamer. I'm going to this place and I'm going to go, like, the whole opium thing. And listen, when I was younger, I smoked opium, and it's good shit. But I was a lot younger. And, you know, like, now you want to go? Okay, go ahead. Watch what happens. Chances are you're going to get busted, you know.
Well, I noticed that there were a lot of families in Bangkok. It was
Well, it has changed.
And most of them were European, not a lot of Americans, but a lot of French and German up there.
Well, there's always going to be French there.
Yeah,
always the French will be there. And, yeah, just like the Frenchie in my video that I put up the other day. You know, I met a couple on the trip, and I met some very nice people from Spain, from Scotland, and then I met a couple of French who actually lived in Spain, which was different. But yeah, you know, you're gonna get all types. But I guess for me, I like those places that the Thais know about and the foreigners don't really know about. Gennaro, it's not going to happen today. She's not on the premises. Elvis is not in the building.
They heard I was coming and they said, no, we don't want to deal with any more foreigners. Let's get out of here for today.
Hey, I would appreciate it if you guys would leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not done so already. And, you know, look down in the description at all the different ways you can help the channel, help me. Like I said, there's another video, probably 2 videos going up this week, end of the week. And I have a lot of videos. I said before about a dozen, but I think it's more like 14 or 15. And then I want to go somewhere else. And I am thinking about somewhere else in Thailand. I'm just not sure where. And I'm not sure if the wife is going with or what the deal is. By the way, Chucky is in Thailand at the moment. I was going to say Chucky's in love, but he's not. He's with some friends.
Well, he could be.
I don't think he is. From the last I spoke with him, I don't think he is. But what on earth would I go to Trat or Hat Yai for? I've been there already, and no. Trat, I've been there, and I went over to Koh Chang in the south, not the one to the east. No. I went to the one, I went to the other one. Anyway, I don't think I'll be going there.
If any of you have questions or comments about living life up in the rural part of the country, because I'm sure you've seen and heard enough about the urban living.
Well, I have lived in the
But you
in
don't
the upcountry.
include that in your stream. You're an American in Bangkok. You have to
I don't know.
eliminate that.
I've lived in Udon Thani, out in the village. I've lived
It's actually
in
a pretty nice city.
down in Phuket, Sageo. What is it with you in this Sageo? Why are you so interested in Sageo? Because let me tell you, I've been there. There's nothing there. There's a hotel that is a very Thai hotel. There's a market, that's what I remember, and there's a lot of, when I went, I got drunk and there was a buffalo. That's what I remember. So I'm just wondering, what is the fascination with Sakeo? I mean, this is the thing. What I'm curious about, what is it that led you, you're out in the middle of nowhere, right? Yeah, you.
I wouldn't say that. It's a medium-sized city. It would be kind of like a Des Moines, Iowa type city where it's based on agriculture. But it's got a lot of culture. It's got a lot of well-educated people. There's a couple universities there. Very fit people. The National Sports Museum of Thailand has a huge campus there. And we got a mall now. That's only about 3 or 4 years old. So it's. I don't want to encourage people to go there because I don't want to deal with it.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Because I've been to Chayapum, I've been to Roy Et, I've been to Udon, I've been to Mukdahan, I've been to, what was that other one? Chachung Sao. I've been to many, many places that are similar to this. And you can have a pretty good life in these places, and you will, in all likelihood, you will be an anomaly. You will not be bothered. You will have a relaxed, mellow. I've been to Buridam several times. Buridam does have some lovely girls.
Well, they've got the racetrack there, which they just had the
Also have a
Formula
football
1.
team there.
They've got a really good football team there. Like I said, the Boram Chang International
Yeah, but
Circuit
you
is
know,
top 1 rated.
I don't know. I think, you know, that from what I've seen, there's a reason why people come to Bangkok or go to Pattaya or even Chiang Mai. And it's not because they want to follow the local football team. I'd say that's the minority of people are into the local events and everything that's happening. Not so much the events. I mean, they'll go to like a local festival or something like that. But I'm talking about like football teams and shit like that. I think, you know.
All the Thais follow the British football teams anyway, the Premier League. And my perspective, obviously, is I do not think of myself as a tourist. I came here to be a resident. And there's a very different perspective between the two.
Yeah,
You have to understand that you're giving up certain aspects of American culture to come here, but you're gaining aspects from Thai culture. And understanding that going in, this is the culture that I wanted to be involved in.
Yeah.
It is not for everybody.
Dallo has a question for you.
Okay, let me see.
Your question is, could you ask Jim where he buys his shirts?
Okay.
Do they come with volume control?
I've been waiting for that comment to come up because there's a story behind this. My first visit to Thailand was in April, like 2009 or something like that. And April is Songkran. And I came here specifically to experience Songkran. And when I arrived, everybody was wearing shirts like these because it's a Songkran tradition. Your family all dresses the same patterns and everything. So
That's it. That's if you decide to go out and play in Songkran, which I have not done in probably the past 15 years.
So I said, I need to get me a bunch of those because that's what every Thai person wears. So I bought a whole bunch of them. And I was wearing them back home in the United States. Came back to Thailand a couple years later, once again in April, and everybody's wearing them. So it's like, oh, I gotta buy more. So my wardrobe consisted of primarily these type of shirts.
Billy says you had a layover in Honolulu.
Those are better than Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, God.
So next time we came back, next few times was November, and I didn't realize that nobody was wearing them until somebody made a comment, and I realized I'm the only person wearing this type of shirt. And then I realized that's because they're only used during Songkran.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning.
It's become my trademark now, and I'm getting away
Well,
from it.
there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there are some people. Listen, this is what I was going to say. There are people who come to Thailand, and they listen. When I first came here, I'll admit this. When I first came here, my friends were calling me Tommy Bangkok. I don't know why, but you know, it's because I was always going to Bangkok. And so they would, for whatever reason, they're just like, your name's Tommy Bangkok. Okay. Now, there are people who immerse themselves in the culture and they really try to immerse themselves, like Jim did, which is normal in the beginning. You get yourself a silk shirt or two, you know, like one of the yellow silk shirts, you want to fit in. Yeah, you see. So you get all this stuff, or you get a, you know, back in the day when I first came over here, they had, you know, the Red Bull. Everybody was like, oh, you got to wear the Red Bull shirt and that kind of shit, or Singha. And they would immerse themselves in it. And I actually wore a pendant with my the Buddha for my birthday that coincided with my birthday. I got the Buddha and a gold chain, and so everybody was calling me the little Buddha. They were calling me Tommy Bangkok and all that kind of stuff. There are numerous types of foreigners here, but one type is the kind who completely immerses themselves. They're wearing clothes that only Thais would wear. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case with Jim with his shirt.
Well,
because other people do wear those kind of shirts. I mean, a lot of people wear flowered shirts.
I purchased my attire locally, and therefore
You did that to fit in, though.
Well, I was never one to wear Kid Kardashian shirts or
No, but you're fitting in with the culture.
I
am. And that's it. I've got to the point now where, to be honest, I've done all that before. I bought silk shirts. My wife has bought me a silk shirt before. You know, every once in a while she still goes out and buys me, you know, a yellow shirt or a pink shirt or something like that.
I only wear Gamble sandals because they're locally made in Thailand.
Yeah, see, I have a couple different types of sandals, and I don't wear the Thai sandals. Yeah, Heinz says it's a good shirt. I'm not saying it's not a good shirt. I like it. I don't know that I could pull it off, maybe. I've had some flowered shirts in my time. But the point is, there are guys who come over, and some guys are a bunch of knuckleheads. They come over, and all of a sudden they're wearing everything that the Thais wear just so they can be thought of as a Thai. I will never... The thing is, no matter how much you want to fit in, no matter how badly you want to fit in and be Thai, you will never be Thai. It's not going to happen. Unless you were born in Thailand or you have Thai blood, you are never going to be Thai. My kids, they pull it off. The people view them as Thais. With me, if I come up, they're just like, no, you're just another white boy. You know, I mean, you're another Farang. That's how it works, and I'm okay with it. So I've never worn the elephant pants. Janara, if I see you in elephant pants, I will give you so much shit.
There no ties wear elephant pants.
Yeah, no ties wear
I don't know
elephant.
where that.
For backpackers.
Well,
It comes from
I don't know where they got that
backpackers.
concept that. Oh,
Because-
go to
because-
Thailand, wear the elephant
Well,
pants.
because they're fisherman pants, and the fishermen, they used to wear them a long time ago, and then when you put it with the elephant, which is, you know, a symbol of Thailand, or you put it with a bowl of pad thai or something, you know, the little photos of pad thai, then they're called fisherman pants. They're not called elephant pants. A lot of the fisherman pants have but you'd be surprised. There are, in fact, I don't know if you can see them, but if you look in the video that's upcoming, because I'm on the boat, this is the next video will be of the boat trip. And I haven't decided if I'm going to be able to put the whole trip up in one video. I think it's a little bit too long. But you will see there are people there that are wearing fisherman pants and elephant pants. And for me, I'm just like, I don't care where. I mean, that's like me wearing it's like me wearing what's the African garb? But they throw, it's like they just throw it over and it's like a sheet, or like, from the Middle East. Why would I wear that? I wear a sarong in my house. I wear a sarong in my house because I don't want to put clothes on. And I don't want to have, I don't want to be walking around sitting down on my furniture with my bare balls.
I don't have any sarong, but that's a good idea.
Patung, or sarong. That's what they call them.
Yeah, well, there is a
They're not.
village.
Elephant pants are very popular with young Thais in the north. I've never seen ever seen Thais wearing elephant pants in the north or in the south.
There is a village called Bangkok, right outside of Jaipur City, that's noted for their silk production. And you go there and they have you can buy the fabric and they'll measure you, they'll make a shirt for you right out of fabric, reasonably priced.
I wore elephant pants back home once, got pulled over at the airport by security. I learned my lesson. I come for the chat, but stay for the fashion advice. Chiang Mai I'm talking about.
Only Farangs
I don't
wear
know,
them in
only the
Chiang Mai.
Farangs wear them. That's all I've ever seen. I mean, if you've seen them, good, but I've never seen them. Sorry. I had 2 singhas and a sukiyaki yesterday. Tom's getting into, I can't drink singha. I just don't like
I'm a
it.
Leo guy.
I don't, you know what? I don't like Thai beer. I don't. I'd rather drink San Miguel, beer Laos.
We got a ton of beer allowed at home now.
Yeah, there you go. Anything but a Thai beer. I just don't like Thai beers. Maybe a beer chang.
If a person showed up, a Farang showed up in our local bar in Jaipur wearing elephant pants, they'd be ridden out of town.
yeah, I mean,
They would not be part of our
listen,
culture.
nobody comes in to the mall. Oh, thank you, Dowlo. He wants me to buy you a coffee. Dowlo wants me
Thanks,
to
Dalo.
buy.
I got one working.
We both have I got chai tea for some reason.
I budgeted for this trip, so instead of sending Scott some money through the chat, I bought him a tea and offered him a cake or something this morning.
No cake for me. I cannot eat the cake. I have stopped eating all the sweets here. I just don't eat sweets here anymore. Because everything that they have, it tastes good, but damn near everything they have is fattening as hell. And if
there
you,
are a lot of fattening foods in Thailand. Everybody thinks that everything is like, oh, you're going to eat so healthy there, and
well, you
people have
can't.
to want, you can't, and that's a
It really depends. If you want, you don't have to eat noodles. You don't have to
Right.
eat rice if you want. However, what the hell are you going to eat then? There's a lot of things that you're not going to be able to eat. You're going to have to pass up a lot of good foods. Now,
sometimes.
I gotta be in the mood for some something. But I was looking at the reasons why people come, and I already know some. Thank you very much, Andy. Andy's Travels. Coffee for both of you.
Thanks, Andy.
And I'm just going to rattle off a couple of reasons why. Obviously, the cost here, the cost of living, cost of travel here. Numbio says it's approximately 40% cheaper. I don't know that that's necessarily true. Certainly not with foods. The people are nice, the food is good, the nightlife is good, and we're not going to get deep into the nightlife. We already know what we're talking about. There's a lot of good nightlife that does not involve bar girls, but there's also the other kind. I think they call it naughty knife life here, which I never could understand. Why don't you just call it what it is? The whoring. Diving. Change my $2.99 to coconut water. Oh, you don't want to see the coconut girl now, my friend, believe me. Golf is a big reason why people come here. There are a lot of people. They come for the golf, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm not an avid golfer. I like playing miniature golf. Gennaro, thank you very much. Rap God for the both of us. Thank you. It's going to cost a little bit more than that to go to Rap God, Gennaro, because you're going to have to pay for the lining in my stomach. Now, here's why I came, for the adventure. I came for the adventure. That is why I came. I came to train in Muay Thai, and I thought, oh, it'll be an adventure too, and I want to see the world a bit. And then I realized the Muay Thai, I can do it, but I'm not going to get anywhere with it. I'm never going to be a world champion. I was too old, and the markets, the festivals. There are some really good festivals here.
There's one every weekend.
Pretty much. The history and the culture, the beaches, thank you very much, the national parks and wildlife. Now here's one, I don't really get this, the backpacking scene. Listen, I met a guy on this past trip. He is a marathon runner. The guy had a backpack. Longhorns, it's probably about as big as yours, a little bit bigger. He put in like 2 pairs of pants, wore a pair of pants, put in 2 shirts, a couple pairs of socks, and maybe his charger for his phone. And these are real lightweight. This is lightweight, but he had the spandex polyester type dry fit stuff, and so it's really small. It folds down to be very, very small. He had this tiny backpack. The guy was traveling around the freaking world. He goes, when these things go bad, I just buy another one. I'm like, that's the way to do it, man. You don't want to be traveling with a huge backpack. I saw backpackers. I mean, women, men, young women and young men, and they were so overloaded. I'm like, what the hell do you have in there? I couldn't understand it. I really couldn't understand it. I told them that people here don't do that. Looks like you find out something new.
Yeah.
Actually, people do use chopsticks to eat rice here. They don't do it all the time, but they do, and I do. It depends on the type of rice. If you're, if it's just fried rice, most of the time they give you a fork and a spoon. But there are, like in the Japanese restaurants and stuff like that, they give you whatever the hell you want, and the rice is stickier.
There is that perception that all Asians.
Soy dog, what's happening? Well, I was going to get into that.
Oh, okay.
But I have not been able to get. No, it's not only you; it's everybody else. We already know this. I'm trying to get through these. There's also a large variety of different levels of hotels. and activities. If you want, you can go to Lumpini Park. It's not going to cost you one dime once a time. You can go to Lumpini Park and hang out for the day. You can go there with 50 baht, 100 baht. You can have a little something to eat, a little something to drink, and you'll be there most of the day. So there's a lot of different things to do. Now, some people, they want to go to the raves. They want to go to they want to go to the what the hell do they call them? I'm blanking out now. The night parties in the Samui, full moon parties. Yeah, there we go. Old age, man. Full moon parties, and they go there because they want the mushroom shakes. Really, they want the mushroom shakes. They want whatever they can get. The weed shakes. Now, with weed being legal, I don't see that it's that big of a deal here. But and then there was something else that I came across. It was on hotels.com. It was 10 misconceptions about Thailand. And I'm going to read them off. I'm going to rattle them off real quick. Thailand is full of nothing but poor people. Now, we know that's not true. Everything that has a brand name on it must be fake, which is complete bullshit. Go into a Patek Philippe watch dealer, I can guarantee you, or even a Rolex dealer, like an authorized Rolex dealer or something like that. They're not going to be selling you fake shit from China. You can get sick from ice. Well, you can get sick from ice anywhere. Or you don't get sick from ice. Brushing your teeth, you can get sick. That kind of thing. Now, this one, a lot of people don't remember. I don't know if anybody has heard of this, but in the old days, they used to give you these buckets with cocktails in them. And in some places, they used to add a little something special in the drinks or with the drinks, and that is they would put speed in the drinks. And so that's something that people think, oh, well, if you buy a bucket, there's going to be speed in the cocktails. I don't know. I'm sure you can probably find it if you know where to look and if you're into that kind of thing. But for the most part, that has stopped. Okay? So you don't really have to worry about it. I already got dengue fever. My kids got dengue fever. That's a reality. All single guys are here for one thing. Now, I know I know some of you might be here for a variety of things, but every once in a while, there's one or two guys that come here just because they want to hook up with the ladies. All Thai food is spicy. Now, that is such a misconception, such a huge misconception, because there's so much good food. I could go across the street right now and get myself a khao khao mu, which is just pork. And if you want to make it spicy, you can add spices to it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You want fried rice, you don't have to put chilies in it, or you can add chili with fish sauce. You can make it spicy if you want it. Patia Bob. Patia, you have to wave to Patia Bob.
Hey, Bob. What are you doing? Bob and I actually used to work together. And, we were doing the buffet circuit in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas.
So we obviously put on a lot of weight doing that. We put a couple of them out of business, I think.
Let's see, what else? Oh, you always have to bargain. You always have to bargain. Oh, hello, Miss Tanaporn. Hello, soda. How are you, madame? How's things? You keeping Big Bob in check? You keeping him in line, making sure he doesn't get in trouble? Or is he keeping you out of trouble? Bob's pretty mellow. At least now he is. The old Bob is mellow. The young Bob might not have been so mellow. One of the other things is that you always have to bargain. Even in shopping malls and shopping centers, you must bargain because the Thais are trying to rip you off. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's the truth. I don't know. I'd say probably there's very few cases now. When you go to a place like Chatterjack or some kind of market like that, that there's no prices and everybody is, you know, there's merchants that are just selling their stuff and they're getting on down the road. You know, they're only there a couple times a month or a couple times a week. Yeah, maybe you have to bargain with them, but for the most part, you don't have to bargain. And, you know, if you see the price, that's probably what the price is. If you are buying a large quantity, maybe you can get a little bit of a discount. But I've seen it before with the guy Tate, where he's talking about, you know, the girls who, like, the lady wants, what did she want? I forget what it was. It was something like 3 bottles of water for like 30 baht. And she's like, can you sell them to us for 25? Can you get that can we get the discount? And it's like, you know, come on.
And I will say this though, and this is at some of the tourist attractions, you will see the entry fees posted in both Thai and English. And adult, 600 baht, but in Thai with Thai language letters.
Yeah, but they don't try to hide that. That's the
you
thing.
can't read Thai.
No, but you can see there are different price tiers, and most people are smart enough to figure it out. And you know, the truth is that in a lot of places that they you know, there's dual pricing. In hospitals, there's like even 4 tiers of pricing. There's like Japanese, Middle Easterners, Westerners, and then Thais. So, you know, you just got to deal with it. And try bartering in Lotus or 7-Eleven. Exactly. They're not going to let you do it. It's not going to happen. Now, here's another one. You must know how to use chopsticks. That's, you know, again, if you can use chopsticks, it can be helpful. It's good. It's great. But no one is going to be laughing at you because you can't use chopsticks. I think Middle Easterners basically pay the most.
The basic tableware would be a spoon and a fork in Thailand. A lot of times they don't give you a knife because the food is already chopped up for you.
Yeah, they don't usually add a knife. They don't want you stabbing them if you don't like the food.
It's only like the Korean barbecue restaurants and Vietnamese restaurants that I get chopsticks as a regular deal. Quite Chiao, they'll give you the chopsticks, but that's similar to pho.
I mean, Kuitio?
Kuitio.
Kuitio. Yeah, I mean, like Kuitio is a perfect example. You can just use a spoon, just one spoon. They give you the little soup spoon, or you can use chopsticks. Now, when it comes to Kuitio, I use chopsticks because I think it's very helpful. You know, Cheetos keep your hands clean when you're using chopsticks with Cheetos. That's Bob. Bob, chopsticks are good for eating Cheetos. It keeps your hands clean.
I need to remember that.
Soda, do you use chopsticks? What the hell do they call? What the hell do they call? Not takar. Takiet. Is it takiet? Chopsticks.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that's right, takiet, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I always forget. Certain words I always forget.
I was in a Vietnamese restaurant.
Bruise and numb. I get them mixed up. Bruised,
Okay.
and numb.
Okay.
Numb, I think, is cha, and bruised is cham. But I could be wrong. It could be the other way around. I always forget.
Vietnamese restaurant on Spring Mountain in Las Vegas, and they gave me chopsticks, and she assumed maybe he doesn't know how to use chopsticks, and she says, "You like fork?"
You like fun.
I was like, I don't think we know each other besides I'm here with my wife, and then I realized what she meant.
On the airlines, they used to say "samati," and it was like summer tea. What? And what they were saying was, "Would you like some more tea?" Yes, they're the same, Dallo, but they're not the same. Dog is sunak. Horse is ma. Dog is ma also. Yeah, but it's also sunak. Yeah. Animals I always find animals hard to remember. Nah, that's easy, but I'm talking about like Grasshopper. I can't remember. I always fucking forget Grasshopper. I always forget. You know, that's the thing. If I'm not using it, then I forget. Download dog ma, horse ma. Exactly. But you can say sunak for dog also. That's another word you can use. But I don't think they use it very often. So anyway, so there's your list right there. We got into the list a little bit. If I can find it. But you know, I do think that if you add to the list of why people come here, if you add that some people they just want, and they just want a different life. They want to change. They want to change, and they want to get out of the monotony of life. And that, listen, when I came, I thought, I'm going to come over, I'm going to train in Muay Thai, I'm going to have a bit of an adventure. But really, the bottom line was, those were just reasons those were just things to do once I got here. Because I wanted to go down these rivers and see what was at the end of them and what was, you know, in the villages, and I wanted to do all this stuff. But the truth is, though, is I wanted to get away from the monotony of day-to-day life. I wanted a different lifestyle. And that, I think, is a big reason. And I would say that, you know, that's why many people come over. But I think that in some cases they don't think it out very well. And nowadays, there's no reason why you can't get damn near every bit of information that you need, you can get online. You can, and I'm not talking about from a YouTuber or something like that. You can get it from the embassy. You can get it from anywhere. You don't even need to go and buy a book.
Your YouTuber information is going to be biased. And
Yeah.
the best thing to do is befriend a bunch of Thais on Facebook or whatever and see what they're doing.
I don't know about that.
If you want to see what the situation is.
I don't know, but I would just befriend a bunch of Thais
No,
because their view is also just as biased as someone else's.
But you're going to see the Thai viewpoint.
Yeah, but here's the way to do it. And it's very simple. Come to Thailand for yourself. Meet people, Thai, foreigner, whoever. Take more than one trip. If you are working for a company, that's a little bit different. They can fast track you. They can get people to help you. That's different. But if you're coming over on your own, I don't think I would trust just one YouTuber in general. I wouldn't trust myself. I mean, I'll be honest. If I was me, looking at me 30 years ago, I don't know, but I would go, oh yeah, that guy, he's the savior. No, I wouldn't. And that's why I looked at certain books and I was like, oh my God, I don't remember the name of the book, and I wish I did. But it was about the different party places in the world, the best party places in the world. And one of them was the full moon party. Another one was like in Ibiza. So there were all these places, and I just read that and I thought, this is going to keep me motivated. And then I had the Let's Go Travel, and then that, you know, kept me with the facts and learning about things. I didn't even know about Lonely Planet back then. So, you know, I think nowadays there's no reason. If you want to manifest your dream, I think you can just look for the facts, find the tidbits of information that you think are real and that are authentic, and then start putting together your formula, and then you have a better chance to succeed. But some of these guys, they're just flat out knuckleheads. And I think you know the type that, you know, I've talked about many, I've read many letters from guys, and I still get them. Stickman was not the go-to guy.
Who?
Stickman. Don't get me started on Stickman, all right? And you know that there was a guy who wanted to pay me to take over. He was going to pay for Stickman's site, and I was going to be the Stickman. And I said, no, I don't want to, because I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be known as Stickman. He's got a lot of good stuff up there. He's got a lot of stories. He's got all kinds of stuff up there. I don't know if I would ever say that he's the go-to guy.
He's a certain market.
He's one of the guys that you can get some valuable information of. That's. It's not that he is not credible. I don't mean it to sound like that. And I don't know the guy. I've seen him a couple of times out and about a long time ago. I don't even think he still lives here. But I never talked to him. And yeah, I mean, there's no one guy that's gonna. This guy is, maybe there is. But I would say for the most part, one guy is not going to provide you with every single bit of information that you will ever need on Thailand. Because like Jim said, it's going to be a little bit, I'm biased. I try to keep things very, what's the word? Level, equal, A lot of people go on vacation to Thailand and love it and want to move there, but it's a whole different ballgame when you live there and have a budget. When you live there, you have a budget, you have to abide by their guidelines, you have to kind of conform to their society.
It's kind of like a New Yorker's perspective is much different than somebody living in Montgomery, Alabama or something like that. And you need to understand that because the world is seeing the New Yorker's perspective in a lot of aspects and a lot of media. You're not seeing the rest of America as it is. And there's a great deal of population that don't live as New Yorkers, but the world perceives America from those sets of eyes. Same thing here. Scott and I see Thailand very differently.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Well, you got to stop right there. You act like I've never done some of the things you've done. You've been here 8 months. You've been traveling back and forth. I've done what you've done probably 50 times over. I've been in cities for weeks at a time where I just hung out. I've been in little villages where, like, if you wanted to get somewhere, you either had to have your own car or you jumped on a big bus that drove by. I mean, some of the people didn't have running water, that kind of thing. So your perspective currently is different than mine because you don't live in the city. But I've seen a lot of what you see, and your perspective's always going to be different than mine. Mine's always going to be. We may agree on a lot of things, and I think we do.
Right.
I just think that it's like if somebody's been here 50 years, 60 years, I'm probably going to defer to them. If they've been all over the country, I'm going to go, well, dude, you've been here 50 years. You know what it was, how it's changed. You know what it's like. And I think you have to this is what I told Jim before we went live. You need to be careful because, you always need to be a little bit careful because when you think that oh, they opened the door. When you think that you know what you have to know, and you think that maybe you're like so loved by everybody. Listen, I could say I'm loved here in Starbucks. Oh, they like me here, they love me here. But the minute I do something that is insulting to a Thai here or to one of them, one of the employees, that's it. I'm history. They don't care, and that's just how it is in life in general, So if Jim does something and he doesn't even mean to do anything wrong, and he does something that they may look at as negative or insulting or whatever, you're gonna have to. You can talk your way out of it because you do build up some credit. You build up that good karma credit where if people know you, that counts for something. Oh, he's a nice guy. He's been on. I can't see. He's not like that. He would never say. Then you go, oh no, I think I said the word wrong. I didn't mean that word. So.
That's happened, especially thanks to Google Translate.
Well, yeah. Listen. The language is something that unless you were born here, even my kids, they're born here. They speak it every single day. Everywhere they go, they're speaking in Thai. There's words I go, how do you say this? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. I got to look it up. I don't know. I don't know how you say it, you know. So that goes for many Thais. They don't know. They don't know all the words. They don't know how to describe things. So there's always going to be that difference in communication. And that's what you have to be careful of. Anyway. But watching another, I'll say 2 years, you're going to know a lot more than what you know now. And you're going to go, wow, I thought I knew, like Jono.
I mean, I bought a coffee for all that valuable information.
He already did.
Ago.
You already did. That's fine. You don't need to buy me shit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just, I think that the longer you're here, the more you know what it is. You just realize that there's a certain way things are done. You just do them that way, and you're never going to have a problem. Almost never.
You need to find your niche, and Pattaya is a niche for certain people.
Yeah, that's a good.
Where I live is a niche for me, and I'm different than a lot of people. I dance to a different song, and I appreciate the family life I have.
Yeah.
I appreciate my neighborhood,
and that's probably why Pattaya would not work for you if you were living.
It would absolutely not work for me.
Yeah.
I've spent a couple of days down there with Pattaya Bob. It's like, he may enjoy this, but this is not my company. I could not do this every day.
Yeah. No, I understand that, and because there are many things that actually I do like about Pattaya. I like the fact that you can walk outside and you're like right on the beach.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that maybe, you know, you get an inexpensive condo and you look out, boom, you're looking at the ocean right from your window. I like the fact that you can get damn near anything that's Western, you can get in Pattaya. You can get just, you know, whatever you need to get there, you can get. And I think that it's very convenient. So I like that kind of stuff. You know, I don't particularly like the whole, you know, you're a foreigner and you are a walking ATM, which in some areas, that's what they think. Some areas, that's not what they think, you know. But, and also, you know, let's face it, the area is there for a reason. It's there to cater to foreigners and, you know.
Unfortunately, that's the viewpoint many people see of Thailand, which forms an opinion. Just like I'm in Las Vegas, and everybody assumes that we live on the Strip and we're all professional gamblers and stuff like that. No, we have real lives and children and things.
It didn't go through, huh, Tom? That maybe it's because you're in Thailand. I don't know. You might have to use a VPN or something. I don't know. I thought they were allowing it. I thought they were allowing it in Thailand now. I guess not.
I saw one through the other day that maybe my VPN was on. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because I haven't had my VPN on, and I noticed that it was allowing me to click on that button, but I didn't, you know, go through all the way and then actually add it. So, whatever. That's the way it goes. But a lot more people in Thailand now. Chuck's in Thailand, which I was a little surprised. He's going to Vietnam in a couple of days, and then he'll be back, and we'll probably be in contact with him. And then there's a couple other people coming into town. So right around the end of the month, this place should be happening. I love Pattaya, but some of my friends who live there, the constant partying and boozing aged them tremendously.
Absolutely.
You would have to learn some of the language in any country you move, I think, as an expat. I think that is beneficial for many reasons.
You can probably get away with it around here. You can't get away with it where I live.
Well, yeah, you know, you might be able to get away with it here. I guess it depends on who you're talking to, where you are. This is Starbucks. They don't hire anybody who doesn't speak English here. They all speak, you know, a modicum of English here. They can tell you this is how much it is. What would you like? They got the basics, but you get into a conversation with them. Some of them they don't know. They don't know English for shit. You know, they know Starbucks English. But you know, like if you walked across the street.
It's a coconut girl.
Well, Coconut Girl, Coconut girl. It's not the same coconut girl. That's the thing. There's only one coconut girl. Now it's coconut head. I like my coconut head. So let's forget about coconut girl. Let's forget about her forever. We can remember the original coconut girl. Other than her, there are no other coconut girls.
It's kind of like James Bond, you know. The
Well, yeah.
Connery is, but
Yeah, except that we're talking about there's the coconut girl who everybody liked to look at, and then there's the coconut girl who looks like a coconut. But she was a very pleasant person. She was very friendly and very polite.
one thing.
Anyway.
Living here, or living where I live, reminds me of being back in the 60s and 70s growing up. The family type attitude. The kids that can go out and jump in a body of water and swim. You can go fishing without a license. The kids 12-year-olds are riding motorbikes.
Technically, it depends on where you are. You're not supposed to just go.
It's right in the back of a pickup truck, although that's illegal now. But they're still doing it.
I don't know. I would go 60s and 70s. That's a bit far back. Maybe as far as family goes.
As far as raising a family.
And it I don't know if you ever have come across or gone into a restaurant where there are little kids running around rampant. They're going and doing crazy shit, and their parents are just sitting there watching them, going, Samchai, come here, Samchai, and the kid's going, no, screw you, I'm not coming back. And they're like, Samchai, and you're like, well, why don't you just get up off your ass and go get the kid? He's 4 years old and he's telling you what to do. Yeah, that happens. The girl designation was from your pork stall girl video many years ago. Yeah, you don't want to go to the pork stall either. That's very different now.
I don't remember that.
Oh, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago when the girl, I had gone by there a couple times and talked to her a little bit, and this is the typical kind of guy who, he was a knucklehead. The girl, she's talking to me and I'm playing around with her. It's harmless banter. It's like in Thailand is often done. Oh, do you have a boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend. She kind of, and you're like, yeah, right. And she's like, no, I don't have. But damn well she does. And later on, I found out she did have one. And I just find this stuff out just from like walking by and the people talking. So I was filming, and some guy goes, oh my God, I can't believe you talked to her that way. And I'm like, fuck me. It's like you walk into a place to talk to somebody, and they don't like how you talk to her, but you've been friends for years. So you can talk to them, you can talk to each other however you want because you know each other. And, I didn't really know her, but I knew her enough to be able to communicate with her back and forth because she wanted to speak English and I wanted to speak Thai. Ha, ha, ha. You'll get a minimum. All right, you guys can think whatever you want. I really don't care. This place is opening up now. We got about 10 more minutes left. And it's good that I already... Listen, prior to going live, I don't know why, every time I come here, before I leave, I always make sure to hit the bathroom, do everything I have to do, whether it's one or two, whatever it might be. I always make sure. I get here, as soon as I got here, I thought, man, I gotta take a leak. Why do I have to take a leak? And then I'm like, there's nothing's open right now. What am I gonna do? And then I got to the point where I went, man, I can't wait for another hour and a half. There's no way. So I found a spot and everything's okay now. And I feel a lot more relaxed. And now they're starting to open. So I think I could have waited until 10:15, but I would have been hurt, if you know what I mean. Anyway, 60s, yeah, I got that. Yeah, that's it. The 60s bladder. I mean, and you know, usually I'm pretty good. I can hold on as long as I need to.
Weight, I don't have to go as often because I was putting pressure on the bladder.
Maybe it's because I drank a shitload of water last night and shitload of tea. I got a little bit of a scratchy throat, and I had a bunch of tea last night, and a bunch of tea. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, as I almost always do, and had like 3 cups of tea with honey. So, you know. You had a monk take a dump in the stall next to you. That's always funny. Well, monks gotta go too, you know. So do we have a? No, we don't. We got 2 people. I don't even know who the people working here now are. I haven't got a clue anymore. I've lost track. There's only 2 people I really know, and that's Preo and Beer. And Beer is very communicative. She likes to communicate. She's talkative. And Preo is very polite, but she's always they're always busy. Yeah, but you know, it's not like I'm coming in here at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock like I used to. They're not even open at 6 o'clock anymore. Happy Street. No, it's not going to happen. Being a monk has advantages if no toilet. Well, being somebody who's 60 years old now, that is an advantage as well. Because I'm a senior citizen, I can sit down on the train with the monks. And I know this because a monk asked me to sit with him. He's like, come on, sit up here with me. And I declined because I didn't want to take seats away from anybody else because of the little old woman who brought the bags of cow shit onto the train. And also because there was a couple of monks and I didn't want them, you know, reading me the riot act about, you know, am I a good person? Am I a good citizen? I didn't want them to start to chant. Okay, chant with me. Chant with us. I'm just not. I'm just not that. I'm not like that. You know. I'm not a chanter. I'm just not. You know. 2QA. That's 2 quarters Asian. You irreverent farang you. I think a lot of us on this channel that are regularly in the stream are somewhat irreverent. I don't know. So, your thoughts on Thailand? Give us the good and the bad.
The bad is you can't get an Arby's.
That's the bad? You can't get an Arby's?
The beef here is a very low quality.
Well, you can always get Australian.
It still doesn't.
Nah, it's shit. They got good meat in here. Maybe not where you are, but in this part in Bangkok, they got good meat, man. You can get decent meat. Shit, I got some beef and I got some pork the other day. It cost me 170 baht for about how much was it? 700 grams altogether. That's combined. And I put that into a pasta sauce.
I treat it as I would be.
Do you know that pork prices have gone up dramatically here?
Still much cheaper than I'm used to.
Texas chicken, no. We were talking about that. Texas chicken isn't bad, but if they haven't changed their oil, it can give you the deli belly.
If you're an American, you like Pollo Loco, you can find that Guy Young on every street corner here, just as good or better.
Or a 5-star hot out. It used to be better. I don't know what they've done.
I think it's which one you go to.
Well, maybe, but
I've had some pretty bad ones. But
it used to be that it was really, really good, and they cooked it just right. Now, every once in a while, it's not cooked enough. I don't
Now
know.
there's pretty much a Dunkin' outside of every 7-Eleven at the PTT.
What, Dunkin' Donuts?
Dunkin' Donut, at least that's where I am. It's like, oh my God, they get Dunkin' Donuts.
They got Dunkin' Donuts here. They got. See, I don't care
But
about
they're
most
not
of
the
that
same.
shit. I don't give a shit about, Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King. I don't care about any of that stuff. If I'm gonna have something, if I want a burger, I don't mind going and getting a burger from Burger King. McDonald's, I can't bring myself to do it.
Yesterday.
You don't have to eat that shit here, if you don't really want to. Texas chicken got old real quick, but they do have a nice 79 baht wrap. I'm sure two quarters Asian can show us a good barbecue.
I
Being
do
from
not
Texas.
have a Mexican restaurant within 2-hour drive, so miss Mexican food.
You can't order it. There's nowhere you can order it
Well, I've
from.
been making my own,
Oh,
but I mean to go sit down and
Sizzlers. Ugh, no Sizzlers for me. I mean, it's okay. I like their garlic bread, but other than that, Sizzlers is, it's average. They already have good barbecue in Bangkok. Yeah, they do.
yeah, good barbecue.
They got good pizza too. It's called Jono's Place. It's invitation only. Jono's Place is invitation only.
Lights are going on in the mall.
Yeah, well, they won't take the string down until 11 o'clock. Yeah, I've grown tired of Sizzlers. It used to be good, and now they've made the portion sizes smaller. The quality has gone down. Yeah, I don't know.
You could live off of a 7-Eleven there. 7-Elevens are not
Ugh, no.
not what they are in America. They've got
7-Eleven here.
The grilled cheese
Oh, Jesus
sandwiches.
Christ. That stuff is dog shit. I'd much rather just buy the cheese and make myself my own grilled cheese sandwich. I mean, they have the pork, the flossy pork with mayonnaise on bread, and it's like, there's no meat. Where's the beef?
Well, that brings up
Where's the
another
pork?
thought. Cheese. If you like cheese, it's tough to come by, at least where I am, and they consider it more of a condiment here. When you order something with cheese on it, you get a couple
Yeah,
of
it's
sprinklings
just,
of it.
you've been in the fucking village for too long,
Yeah.
man. I don't have any problem getting cheese here.
Well, it's not a big dairy industry here.
If you go in here, you will see one cheese after another, after another, after another. You'll see cottage cheese, cream cheese, every kind of freaking cheese. Specialty cheeses. They have expensive stuff. And I can't get enough cheese. Honestly, I love cheese, but and my kids love it. Because you can always throw it on stuff and make it a little better. But oh shit, man. The waitress at Sizzler Sealam didn't even speak English. Well, why would she? She's Thai. Why does she have to speak English? I mean, really, why does she have to speak English? Why don't you speak Thai? I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
Why does she have to speak?
I don't assume
She doesn't
that
even speak
anybody's-
English.
I don't
Why does
assume
she
that
have to?
anybody's going to speak English to me. I try to order in Thai.
Yeah. How's your Thai coming?
Not so good. My wife, she's not a good teacher. I think she
Impatient?
She wants to do the interpreting so she can, interject her opinion on things rather than translate verbatim what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried to get my wife to teach me, and she would say, "You're not saying it right." And I go, "Well, how am I supposed to say it?" And then she'd say it, and I go, "Okay, like this." She'd go, "No," and I'd go, "Okay, well, tell me how to say it. How many times do I have to tell you?" I'm like, "Well, how many times I'm practicing? How am I going to get it right if I can't keep practicing?"
Yeah, I and my mother-in-law spends more time trying to teach me Thai. So at least she'll come by and talk about the weather every day and things like that. So she's helpful.
Yeah, I would say, you see, here's another thing. This is another thing. Do they have a place where you can study Thai?
Not where I am.
See? Well, there you go. And this is the reason why people don't want to live out in the middle of fucking nowhere,
Right,
or in a
and-
small village.
And I have a woman who offered to teach me, but she speaks marginal English.
Yeah,
and
well-
she's not going to understand.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to learn with them speaking English. But that said, you really want to go to a school if you can help it. I mean, you know, if you can. I mean, even with my wife and with my kids, the reason that I was like okay with it is because they had all the books for like little kids, and they would make me write the letters, and I would have to do that.
I need the little
you know.
kid books. I
But you can
those,
you
yeah.
can find those easy. They're over at Lotus if you want to get them. You can get
Well,
some
my
right.
niece's little girl has those. I just need to sit down and learn Thai at her pace.
It's about discipline, which, you know, when you get a little older, sometimes you just go, it's not really the most important thing. I get by just fine.
Well, you
And
pull
then, you know,
your phone out and do use translate, and then you insult somebody.
well, yeah. I don't, you know, like I use, sometimes I use the translator in the grocery store because, you know, I'll forget how to say a particular herb or you know, vegetable. I'll forget, and I'll go, man, I don't know.
When I
I
go
don't
to home
remember.
improvement stores, I'm trying to get something and need to use it there. Or I just show them a picture of an American
Yeah, that
product
works.
and they know. I was trying to buy wire nuts the other day. Oh, you need why not? Why not? Yeah, why not? You have why not? Yeah.
Best barbecue in Bangkok. I hate those kind. Oh, it's the best. Best coffee shop in Thailand. Best coffee shop in Bangkok. You know, to me, I don't know. I know barbecue's a little different, and that barbecuers take their barbecue and damn serious. But when it comes to coffee, I would say that most of the coffee is most people are not going to be able to tell the difference. This is good coffee, this is great coffee, this is shitty coffee.
See,
Those are the levels.
I'm not a coffee.
I'm learning American. Did
So,
you did you
Gennaro mentioned something about Google Maps where last night they hosed me by sending me on the wrong exit, and when I realized I was making a mistake, I cut right back across the lane, and the cop was just sitting there waiting for me, flashed his light at me to pull over, so that cost me 500 baht. But it was an experience.
Well, at least you didn't have to go to court.
That's true.
No court.
And he got to go out and buy his Hong Song week after work or whatever.
I like the menus with pictures. Oh God, that makes it easy.
Most of the menus where I live do not have pictures and they do not have it in English. So I really need somebody there. It's like, or I just tell them I want garlic pork or I want this or that.
Yeah. What's this? Did your kids learn English from you, or did they learn it at school? They learned it at school and from me, and from my wife. But they learned in English.
They learn the words that they can't teach them in school from start, I'm sure.
Yeah, they did. They did learn the words from me that they're not allowed to learn in school. But they learned. They took English in school for probably the first 9 years, and then once they got to where they were like in 10th grade, M4, I think. They already spoke English better than the teachers.
Well, I was just going to go there. A lot of the schools in Thailand, some of them employ native speakers.
Well, they had native speakers. Those speakers, like the British that were working there, and there was an American guy, they didn't speak better than them. But the Thais, and I made it a point, I would go into the office and speak, I purposely would speak English. And then they couldn't speak English, and I'd be like, this is a bilingual school. You got to be able to speak a second language. Why can't you speak a second? Oh, Mr. Joe will come in at 7 o'clock, or, you know.
And the materials they use if you look at their worksheets and stuff like that, are entirely wrong. They're entirely grammatically incorrect.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I've seen plenty.
Well, I don't know what schools you're talking
Probably
about.
The one-off schools.
Well, that's a bit different. These
I'm
are
sure these international schools driving down.
the international and bilingual schools. They tend to be. I've looked at their stuff, and some of them. I would be like, what are they learning here? I'm like, I don't even know the answer to this question myself. You know. All right, what is this here? Google Lens translates immediately. Off menus. Kun Putai Making. CJ Lopez. Oh, thank you very much, CJ. Hi, Scott. Greetings. All the best. Where is the location of that coffee shop in Bangkok? You mean the coffee shop that I went to that was the Southern coffee shop? Jesus Christ, I don't even remember where that one was. Yeah, maybe it was Minbury.
There's that one unique one you went to with all the antique.
Yeah, with the Coca-Cola old Coke machines and the lake and the.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the video's still up for that.
I should go over there today.
I don't remember where it is though. It's over by that. See, you know, I'm sorry, but my memory is not that good. It's over. I was going to say it's over by that hospital. What hospital? I don't know the name of it. I don't remember the name of it. Maybe you. Jesus Christ. If you can send me a message, I'll find it and give it to you.
Well, if you're referring to this particular.
No, he's not talking about this one. I don't think he is. Or are you talking about the coffee shop I'm at? The coffee shop I'm at right now? It's in Bangkok. Bangkok. You just say the Mall Bangkok and you'll be able to get here. Any taxi driver knows where the Mall Bangkok is. Where you say Happy Land, and they know. But if you're talking about that one really good coffee shop, that's. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it. Was it Minbury?
It was between here and Minbury, I think. Or it was pretty close to Minbury.
Yeah, that was I like the hole in the wall and special brew coffees. I've been to so many coffee shops, I can't remember the names of these places. I do remember the I don't know, and that because the guy's name who owns it is Andy, and his son, his name is Chris. And when Longhorns gets here, he and I are going to go over that. Oh, you know where the Mall Bangkok is. Okay. Yeah, it's right in the. If you're talking about this particular coffee shop. Oh, if you're talking about that one, the kind with the Roke machine, that was that was Minbury. That was Minbury where they had the coffee shop where they had the coffee press that I have, and that he had a different version of it. Yeah, that one's in what the hell is the name of that place? It's like an artsy area of Minbury. Jesus Christ! But I have the video. I thought I had the video up for that, but maybe I don't, because I was getting a hard time from people about the guy who I told to fuck off. The guy who grabbed my gimbal and I told him to fuck off. That's not very polite of a Thai to do that. You, yeah, I'm pointing it outside. Oh, fuck off. I was really close on that day, man. I'm glad that I came out unscathed from that one. Too old for that shit. I got a sore throat, guys. CJ, I'm not sure which place you're talking about, but let me think here. If you take the boat to Minbury and get off, you walk across the street, and I think it was, I don't know what the number of the soy. I'm guessing, man. I'm guessing. The one is a live stream. Chuck just arrived. Now you have a sore throat. Chuck's not even in Bangkok, so take your smart remark and shove him up your ass. Shove him up Chuck's ass. Because he's in Phuket with his, I don't know, he's with like 3 people. They're like, he's giving them the tour. He's giving him a tour. So, anyway. But yeah, I'm trying to think of a name. It's not Chattachak 2. Yeah, it's like the Art Walk or something. But it's in Minbury. That one's in Minbury. Chuck's giving him the tour. And then he's going to go to Vietnam. And he's going to give them the tour. All right, that's enough. I don't need to hear that. I don't give a shit what Chucky's doing in his behind closed doors. What does it matter? Does it really matter? Honestly. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Does it really matter? I don't care what he's doing. As long as he's not, as long as he's not doing something a little too crazy. If aardvarks aren't in the picture, then I think we're going to be okay.
Gennaro, you're missing a lot of talent walking by here today.
Gennaro doesn't miss a thing. That's because all he does is he's the predator. He's the predator. Gennaro is now the predator. Oh my. Anyway, guys and gals, I know we have like 2.5% to 3% women watching now. Activate the Gone Camp. You don't need to see the Gone Camp, really, honestly. There's no, it's like, Gennaro, you don't need to see 5s. Seriously.
Well, from where he's from, there would not be 5.
Listen, I don't get involved in affairs of the heart. I mean, That's as simply as I can put it. I don't get involved in affairs of the heart. I don't care what kind of relationship it is. I really don't care. Because that's on you. You can deal with that, do all that on your own. Bangkok 5 equals an LA 8. I don't know if that's true.
I would agree with that.
I'd say maybe a Bangkok 7. I mean, a Bangkok 5 is an LA 7. Although nowadays, Gennaro, are you into the plus size models? I'm just curious. I could probably get you a 9 in Bangkok if you really want. Would you like a? Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I'm married. Jim's married. We're married. We know what it's like to carry on a relationship with a woman. And, here they're called Miss Chang. And I learned something valuable a long time ago from, I think it was a taxi driver. He said, 1 woman, 1 set of problems. 2 women, 2 sets of problems. 3 women, 3 sets of problems. The more women, the more problems.
And more cell phones that can keep on their dash.
And the more money that you have to pay out. That's how it works. So, that's why you stick to one. If she's a good one, you stick to her, and that's it. Otherwise, it's get out of my life, honey. Thank you, goodbye. GTFO. Figure that one out. GTFO. Thank you, we're done. GTFO. I mean, if I wasn't married, that would be how it would be. I have no patience anymore. I barely have patience with my wife. And my wife barely has patience with me, but somehow we manage. It works for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because when we were young, you know, we formed the bond. Anyway. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Jim?
No, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'd like to come back and do this again sometime.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to talk to you.
Being the ESON correspondent, so
Yes, you are the ESON correspondent. You are an American in ESON. Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm an American in Chayapum. Gennaro's been divorced for 26 years. No shit. You are an old fuck, aren't you? I didn't know that. All right, listen, guys. I'll put up a video in a couple of days. Don't quote me on the day. All right?
I'll do a shameless plug. You can go to my name on YouTube and see some of the stuff I've put up, but
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done anything lately. So you can
What
go
have you
back
done
and
for
see
me
like
lately?
12 years worth of progress in Thailand
And the degradation of Jim's body over 12 years.
The elevator of the hotel I'm staying at is all mirrored walls.
Oh, that's always
and I could
nice.
see the back of my head for the first time in a while. I was like, shit, I got a crater back there. It's like, where's all that hair going?
You know what? That is why from now on, Scotty is a baldy. I shave every other day now. I'm going to grow the beard out a little bit because my wife said to me, you can't be bald on your face and your head. It doesn't look right. You either have to have hair on your head or hair on your face, but you can't be bald everywhere. And I'm like, okay, that's good.
And before I moved here, I had grown my hair out to shoulder length.
And you were part bald, or you were balding?
I didn't notice it.
Oh.
But I never put it in a bun. I
well,
told
that's-
people, if
that's
you ever
good.
see me in a bun, kill me. So
I can't handle the man bun.
my passport photo of like a long-haired bearded hippie. But
Well,
got a nice barber here.
yeah, I got a nice barber. It's called myself. It's called my cheap razor. I got a cheap razor and I got a good razor. The good razor's for the beard, and then the cheap razor is for the head. And they work very well. So the cheap razor, yeah, it's the safety razor. It's really good. It works very well. Gives you a nice close shave.
I like when the barber uses the
Straight razor.
straight razor.
That's what I got on my head in Laos. So you'll see the Vietnamese woman speaking English to me. We have a conversation, and I trusted her to not cut me up, slit my throat, and oh, here we go. Here we go. There you go, Gennaro. You get to say hello. There you go. All right, that's Preo. Gennaro, your dream, your wish is my command. There you go. You got to see your 2 seconds of Preo. Aren't you lucky? Now she'll probably sit in there until 11 o'clock when she has to go to work. Anyway, listen, I gotta go. I'm getting a sore throat. It's not good.
Smash that button, guys.
Oh yeah, smash the button. Smash the button for an American in Bangkok and an American in Chayapum. And Jim, thank you for joining me. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. It's always nice talking to a fellow American.
I'll get you a deal on these shirts if you come up to Chayapum.
Oh, yeah.
I know the lady.
Well,
will give you a discount.
we'll have to start a little online business where we're selling flowered shirts, floral shirts. Gennaro says, Jim, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Gennaro.
Yeah, don't forget to smash the like button and check out the video coming up. Should be a video on Friday and Sunday, maybe on Thursday, I'm not sure, but I'm just about done with it. Anyway, I gotta go before my voice gives out, but I'll talk to you guys later.
Later, guys.
All right, ciao.